1-1 in the series as IG bite back against JD Gaming. We are, of course, here in Shanghai in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. And right now, again, it's very difficult to call how this game's going to go, how this series is going to go. Game 1, JDG looked like they had all the answers. Game 2, TheShy just said, I'm done with this, and came back absolutely stomped top lane. I just want to see what's going to be Game 3, because this is impossible to call for me.
Yeah, and I feel like just from a drafting perspective, this is going to be a constant, right? IG is going to focus a little bit more towards, if they end up getting red side, now they ended up choosing blue side, but trying to get the best matchups for TheShy. And this time around, you're going to be trying to see at least Zoom, just hope a little bit more that the rest of the map works out. And if they don't, if they require him, then maybe he's going to rotate a little bit more. This time he had 0 opportunities to do that.
Yeah, and I think as well for, you know, like you said, JDG needed to kind of somehow free up Zoom in some way, shape, or form to get him to kind of influence the map a little bit. But, you know, they got the Karma Olaf, and they, like you said in the pregame, you know, they kind of didn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, I also didn't like the items too much of the Karma. It was just relying too much on the Olaf, and the thing is, if Olaf doesn't get that much of an advantage, like any picks or any dives early on, or like a big advantage, yeah, it was like 30 CS up, but it's not that much of a lead regardless. And Karma did not have any damage, just, yeah,
exactly.
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan of it. Now, of course, coming into Pick Ban, we're going to see exactly what the adaptation is. We're going to send it over to our casters to bring us into Game 3.
Yes, thank you very much, Sheen, also known as BP. I got it right this time around, I guess. This is Clementine, my name's Hysterics, and we're rolling into game number 3 where IG able to come back has a lot of hope for the IG fans, and I know seeing TheShy on that Akali means one thing, that IG are probably not getting that again.
Yeah, and I think this is why IG is swapping over to the blue side as well. Typically, they are a very counter-pick focused red side team, but going to the blue side allows them better chances at securing strong picks. Those power picks like the Akali, like the Jace.
And the Fiddlesticks ban from IG.
I really like how JD Gaming banned away Gragas as well. Leyan is, I think he's maybe like a 6 or 7 on other champions, but that Gragas was a straight up 9 or a 10 from him. So you have to take that away, take the rookie off of his comfort zone. And I hope this is going to be an Akali, or it's going to be bad for JD Gaming.
Because we've already got a very different ban phase. You can see the respect paid over to Lumel from Game 1 and the potential of Game 2. But you're right, the last ban is a big priority. 5 seconds to find out. Will the Akali be left open as a safe line for a first pick? No. The Yuumi instead is going to be taken.
Okay, so the Yuumi is something that forces skirmishes quite heavily, but I'm actually kind of surprised that they're taking that away. And for IG, there's a lot of strong picks still left on the table. Xayah Rakan can be selected in the 2nd and 3rd place, and that still has been the best duo combination. A lot of times why it didn't show up in RNG was because it was banned away. So I actually think JD Gaming need to be aware of that and at least try to take away the Rakan.
I see the Sejuani first pick though, and I say for Leyan, okay, that's a stable jungle to start things off. By the way, Imp getting Kai'Sa again though is a concern. This is game number 18 in summer with the Kai'Sa and the Karma to pair up in whichever lane.
If IG pick Ezreal again, I will give this one to JD Gaming. I will be like, I don't know why you guys are doing it so often, but here you go. I honestly think Xayah Rakan's the best answer here. You have great terms of pushing the wave, and Aurelia plus the Sejuani is of course another very strong combination. Can be flexed for IG.
I know you're stuttering there because you were scared that was a Zed lock-in. You're
No,
like,
I knew it
hang on a
Zed.
minute. But that's fair. Look, Aurelia, as you talk about with Sejuani, I know in the LPL split you were constantly hyping this up because it is easy to execute. You have the Tahm Kench, which has been a priority ban in the LPL as well. So for IG so far, 3 strong picks.
Yep, it really is skirmish focused. The slow from Tahm Kench around that scuttle is quite amazing to do so. And they're also picking something very safe for bot lane. It's kind of hard to get a clean kill when Tahm Kench can devour someone. JD Gaming are looking at that bot side potentially getting shoved in, so they will take away the Varus.
As you mentioned, the Varus paired up with the Tahm Kench.
And the power pick of Akali is still on the table, so that's going to be another big question for JD Gaming to deal with. I don't want TheShy on that champion. I'd be very terrified if he does go for that.
Okay, there it is.
But that will leave Xayah Rakan completely open. No, of course they're not going for it. The Tahm Kench already locked in, excuse me. So the power picks still left in. Renekton and Gnar are kind of the blind picks that will be open to IG.
And remember, while you are thinking about the bottom lane, things like the Sivir as well for JakeyLove. I do want to shift our attention over to Zoom. The Spring Split Jack Sparrow, who absolutely sent fruit in every direction. Excuse me. He'll be on it once again. And that is a sight for sore eyes.
So this is very interesting for me because it's a very clear decision from JD Gaming that they're not going to play towards their top side. They have the counter pick potential here and the superior mid jungle with Olaf plus Karma, but they're not going to drive that strength into the top. They're actually picking something very safe here in the game plank and kind of conceding the matchup a little bit over to the likes of TheShy.
Yeah. Okay, so if we do that though and we look and say, okay, Zoom want something that is blind pickable at the very least and comfort. We can kind of go past it. The Aatrox though, the natural response here from either of our solo lanes.
Oh, do it. This is the hardest snowball option you can get.
Is it going to be Yagao mid lane Karma for the 3rd time in a row?
It should be. Lumo is just not a Karma player. He needs something that has a hard initiation, a hard CC. We have seen this combination from them before. It's a very strong kill comp, and with mid-jungle priority, they should be able to make it work.
Okay, Clement Chu, where is this going? Is that a support Jarvan?
What? it does look like it.
Okay. You're up. Now, I will say, from what I've seen out of little support Jarvan, just before we get to 20 seconds, Airy for the flag is okay. We've seen, I think,
it does have good AP ratios in that one.
Yeah.
But a very interesting lane. They will still have great gank potential against the Tahm Kench. I think this is what mainly they're looking at right now. It's just the initiation capability on the bot side. They want to nail down that 4v2 when it comes down.
Now, I will say as well with the Olaf joining, right? Like, I love that you mentioned the team play involved in that lane now. Because with the Kaiser's ability to really snowball, with now a J4 there, if you get locked down as a Tahm Kench, you're most likely going to die. Summoners will know. The damage that follows up the CC chain. It all makes sense.
I know. I just love how JD Gaming is selecting these compositions because they're thinking about how they want to set up the team fights. That's the most important thing for me. Cataclysm goes down, you lock someone in with the Olaf, and then you put Cannon Barrage on top of it. It feels like a perfect scenario to create a 5v5 wipe on top of the IG.
For the lane that brought game 1 to a satisfactory end for JDG, for the lane that JDG this season have been focusing on, Imp and Lumao, once again, a setup to succeed and try and break this deadlock after IG took us to an even game number 3. The crowd is in shambles. Everyone is just spitting out their team because right now they're on the verge of getting knocked out or going through to face off top esports in our regional finals.
China loves a winner, so I felt like I heard a little bit more IG there.
Oh, Yagao's moving up though. I love level 1s, and I tell you what, TheShy just lost it.
This is going to force him to go back.
He's got a minute
right
20.
In front of the
teleport or pot. That's what it feels like the response is right now. But with that burn down, I mean, Kanavi feels safe to move into the blue buff for an early vertical jungle start.
And I don't think this was spotted from IG, so it does open up a potential for a very easy level 2 gank onto the top side. TheShy, however, is going to get some of his HP back just by, you know, ambushing Zoom throughout that brush.
And it is important that the vision goes down early as well. So safety from TheShy, it looks like, while we look at Yagao and Rookie just fighting in the mid lane.
The early start of this lane, again, should favor Karma. We are seeing JD Gaming just play super defensive picks on their top side of the map. But later on, even the Karma is going to have a hard time dodging away from those Winter Wrath stacks coming in from Leyan.
We're not looking to the bottom lane or the mid lane anymore, though, Clement. It's top lane all the time. Well, mid may be alive, but top lane is just getting punched with a gun. So Kanavi finishes off the clear. Now my curiosity stems. Does he go back to his jungle? Does he stick around? Does he look for something in the top lane?
With the lane position, I think the very least he should try and collect his own red buff before that. We are taking a look at the runes.
Oh, he's got a different choice in mind. He wants to force the flash out of Rookie. Undertow's going to land twice. As Leyan's now joining the fight. He flashes in himself, sends out the flail onto Kanavi, but I don't think this is the right call. The flash from Kanavi. He knows he has the damage, and first blood going down. Kanavi gets the axe. The trade comes through from Rookie, but that was too close for comfort.
Yeah, that was one where JD Gaming actually stayed a little bit for that one, thinking that they could potentially pick up the other kill as well. But the end result's actually quite beneficial for Rookie. We do have to comment at, you know, what actually makes up the impact of the game here. So great early start of the game from Kanavi. I was very curious about the reinitiation from Leyan, because watch what Rookie does here. He actually doesn't want to go in whatsoever, and it's actually Kanavi that flashes back in, steps into turret range.
That one turret shot, Clement.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate, and you know, they turned, JD Gaming basically got a free snowball from IG, but gave it right back.
Kills went over to both mid laners as well, so although it looks even, remember the Aurelia is going to be the one you favor more. Leyan after that resets, moves back up to the top lane, but is spotted out in vision. And meanwhile, the Olaf coming back does the exact same. I love that we're back to this top lane because there's a big CS lead already for Zoo.
Yeah, he definitely got a lot of the early trades. The vertical jungle helped him there as well. And this Gameplank matchup is something that you can run away with if you're really far enough ahead. You get that Sheen onto you while TheShy doesn't have his Ninja Tabbies completed yet, then you will just kind of continue to lay out the punishment here. So we are setting up for a situation where IG, if they want the same performance out of TheShy, they will need to throw resources at him.
But for now, they're towards the bottom lane. Vertical for vertical jungling coming through here in the bottom lane, but Yagao not going to give this overhandedly. The blue buff, now they know it's not there, but Kanavi, 1 HP! Oh, that is just... Again, I'll say it, a bit close.
Yeah, that was very, very close from their sides. You know, IG's playing a bit shaky in all honesty, but we have to say that was a good play on their part. They recognized that Luma was basing and the blue side was open for that.
Okay, so you get the blue buff, you move on, you go past that moment. Leyan goes back to his Krugs, which some deep vision here from JDG will spot him out. So they have tracking on the jungler, while for Rookie, he may not be level 6, but Yagao is just getting bullied. Even with Kanavi coming through in that flash.
No flash on Aurelia.
Now, I don't think you're gonna kill him.
Okay, that was actually quite far off.
Didn't really get the tether. When you flash and the Aurelia is at like 80% HP, you need a bit of damage.
You definitely do, and we're kind of seeing the kind of the trials and tribulations of both teams throughout the split.
Yeah,
right?
it comes into a game 3 where you're like, okay, we got to break the deadlock. Let's try some things.
Neither of these teams have been very in sync with the junglers. Let's just say that. That's kind of been the defining feature of both JD Gaming and IG.
Now, because of the way the game's been going with the action through mid lane and top lane, we haven't actually had a chance to talk about the Jarvan support. Something we don't really see every day, but as I was mentioning before, it's the airy, it's the... When you put the flag down, remember you get the attack speed, so naturally you get the airy shield as well.
Yep, and what we've seen from it is it's just a good poke lane against guys with no sustain, so the Ezreal's not going to pack any of that. Does have the biscuits there, and you can slowly poke out, and once level 6 hits, it's very easy to get kills with the Cataclysm.
Super easy to drop vision as well, which is what Lumel was going to do, but he's going to flag and drag this time defensively. Moving down was Rookie as well, so JDG escape a nightmare in the making.
Yeah, really big turn in the matchup right here. We're seeing IG taking control of the mid jungle at this point, and smart back from Rookie. He's not walking back to his lane from that angle. Goes straight back to base, and I like that he picks up the Phage. The Phage is actually very good in this matchup. When you have a Sejuani following up, it lets you put more auto attacks and get the stun on Karma.
Plus, the extra bit of health is always nice when the lane is being pressured here by the Olaf, who has actually just started up the Infernal. This is a bit of a timing window, but they haven't cleared out the vision. IG are looking to reset and challenge.
They do have Cannon Barrage coming down potentially if they want to use it.
Hang on, Vanguard's Edge just hits the dragon, doesn't even hit Kanavi as Leyan comes in. He's not level 6 to flag and drag, but it is taken away by JDG. They turn onto the Sejuani, find him first. Kanavi gets reset by Rookie here, who survives long enough as Lumel flashed on top of. It's now 2v2 with the bottom lane, but I favor JDG. Baolan's going to go next. Here comes Yagao. I take it back, that's not fair. You have a mid laner with you, and a double kill over to the Kai'Sa. JDG is set up again.
That was 4 kills going over to JD Gaming, and it was perfect positioning. They baited both the Aurelia and Leyan straight onto the Dragon, and that's when the Cannon Barrage came down. Zoom can support this type of play from the top side, and it made a massive amount of difference right here.
That Vanguard's Edge right into the Dragon. That's a big ultimate not to have.
Yeah, and also just watch this. Leyan does, Kanavi does secure the Drake as well. So that's just the cherry on top of the ice cream cone here. And
I'm sorry, Clem. I just like a
it's usually
cherry
cake,
on,
isn't it?
a cherry on top of the cake, I think, is the response.
Yeah.
Is
I
the
get my
same.
idioms wrong sometimes. JakeyLove no mana in that one either, so can't
That
really fight.
is a crappy bit of ice cream if that's all you get. You get a cone and it must be a big cherry.
We
Well,
have very different desserts in China. I'm just saying.
oh yeah, actually, I would put it past China actually at this point. But after that fight, a double kill goes over to the Kaiser. It's 2-0 now on Imp, who has a VF sword. While we look at the top lane and Cheeky Devil Zoom in the face of TheShy. He's dead even in CS, and that's good for a GP.
Yeah, the GP just got such a good buy over the Aatrox. He got his Sheen in lane while Aatrox was still hanging around on the Doran shield for a long time, and he just decimated him in those trades. Nothing they could do there.
Ooh, Cataclysm is available though, Clement, here
Everyone's
for
coming.
Luamau. He's burning down Baolan. True Shot Barrage comes through. Baolan just gets ultied onto as the Prison comes through as well. Imp is still alive for now, looking for JakeyLove. Here comes the Olaf as well, flashes right onto the Ezreal. It's an 80 carry trade as Rookie now joins in, but the 2-for-2. Rookie needs to find something. It's a double kill somehow in the end, as Kanavi's still alive. Rookie is not. This is an IG game if I've ever seen one, and they are not doing too well.
IG, once again, they're always willing to join the mosh pit. If JD Gaming are to throw a fight at them, IG will oblige. But they have to realize that they're actually very far behind in the items. In the previous fight, they lost 1 for 4 here, and they're still trying to fight it out because they think they have an earlier rotation. But the bot lane from JD Gaming is so damn strong. Imp has completed his items. He's on a power spike right here, and even if you come in first, he's still able to win the 2v2 earlier, and great target focus coming in from the JD part. They focus down Leyan first in that fight. No more stacks for the Aurelia to take down, and they clean it up.
I love that Kaiser gets a kill as she goes down. Yagao picks up yet another double as well, and it doesn't matter where Olaf is at the game, as long as it's pre-20 minutes with Conqueror. This man destroys skirmishes. So you can see already Kanavi set up to succeed again. He set up Yagao and Imp to succeed in this game. And even behind CS now, doesn't matter for the karma against Rookie.
It's always been that mentality coming from IG. I think I can. It doesn't matter about the game state, the CS score, the items, whatever. I'm going in. I believe I can do it just because I'm better players. Now, to be frank, that has been true through most of IG's
It worked
career.
for Spring, but this time around it's not going too well. As Rookie gonna meet with Yagao in the mid lane. Both junglers are here as well. Kanavi camping around here, but now that the bottom lane has such an advantage, they can start moving. They can threaten the bottom lane or go up for the roam.
I like this time you're seeing Yagao starting to build into more damage items. He is on track to get that Ludens down. He's going to take over lane priority this time. And we see Olaf on track to getting... Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, actually, Imp is pretty low here. He goes on to JakeyLove ult immediately. Catapult's a little bit late. The flash immediately burned. Gangplank sends the ulti down, but JDG, big overstep.
JakeyLove outplayed the heck out of Luamau.
Yeah.
Lumao's Cataclysm went down, didn't even get the damage down, didn't get the lockdown. And we have to mention, IG a lot of the times, they bite off more than they can chew. JD Gaming do the same.
They do the same. That's why the identity of these teams sometimes comes into familiarity. Remember, JDG are scrappers. IG built the scrapyard. So for JDG and IG to go up against each other again, you know that 15 kills in 11 minutes feels pretty normal.
Definitely feels like a normal day in the office for both of these teams.
A happy day. As
Happy
IG,
one
I'm sure, would
indeed.
extend it, yeah.
This is the one team fight where I feel like IG have a great chance to claw everything back. They are going to have the teleport down onto TheShy, and he's starting to win his lane out. This is what we've been noticing. TheShy's been able to punish the Gangplank with better trades and just making use of the windows where Zoom doesn't have his ultimate.
I am curious about the goal though, Clement, because remember, Gangplank always finds himself ahead as long as he can get this CS with the barrel, with the parlay as well. But it is a turret trade at the moment. We're pushing in each lane. TheShy gets up close and confrontational with the turret, while Imp and Lumao do the same, but 3 bits of turret plating for this already scaled lane.
Yep, and that's just coming off the shove that JD Gaming have right here. We're seeing a lot of focus actually being thrown into the Herald with IG. They know Zoom is super low, so he's not going to be able to rotate, and they should have the stronger 3v3. Yagao and Kanavi could be caught out here in River.
Yeah, they need to be careful where they stand. Rookies there as well with Vanguard's Edge available, but look at the bottom lane. Lumao goes in for the flag and drag. Baolan almost dead into grey health. The Jarvan is pretty damn squishy. JakeyLove goes in for the engage. Cataclysm to get the last tick, but Imp doesn't have the ulti, or rather in range. No vision available, so they get out alive.
Factually, JD Gaming won out on the HP trade. They did much better taking down the HP bars of IG, but IG, with the mobility they had, with the stopwatches, were able to outplay that one. That was sick coming in from Baolan and JakeyLove.
It really was, and it's happened twice now where Imp and Lumao think they have it until JakeyLove and Baolan turn it right around. So this Kai'Sa held in place by an IG bottom lane that keep it coming.
Yeah, and Imp can't push his luck right here. However, on the top side, JD Gaming do wrestle back the Herald control. They see the jungler in the bottom as well, so this will be a free Herald for them to pick up.
I like that it's so back and forth that I wouldn't make a decision about this game just yet. 14 minutes in with 16 kills.
Yeah.
That screams JDG and IG for me.
It definitely does. I think the next team fight is going to be the really explosive one. The next one really decides everything right here, because these players are sitting on their power spikes. They're ready to go. We're going to take a look back onto the bot lane. JD Gaming, they get a good trade initially on Baolan, but look at how he extends this one so damn long. The flash and then the perfect timing. And Imp with a full HP bar can't get anything back.
Vision left him as well, so wasn't able to follow up. I love that the stopwatch comes through, can't get hit by the W, but it was the grey health that came just as the second skin passive was procced on its 5th bullet for Imp. So great timing there from Baolan, and good to see the confidence of IG is still there despite the position they're in.
And this is the big fight that we were talking about. You're watching Zoom here. TheShy's just trying to get as many of his abilities, as much HP as he possibly can before they go down. He does have the teleport advantage here as well. So we might not even see JD Gaming actually walk up here. I'm sorry I didn't notice that Gameplank already uses TP back in lane.
Yeah. Level 11, by the way, at least has a cannon barrage, but TheShy continues to be a nuisance up here. A 15 CS ahead in lane, but pause that because we've got an ult coming through. Ragnarok there. Cannon barrage finally used onto Leyan. It's the immediate flash response. Kanavi finds the Sejuani in action as TheShy teleports down, but he's in the middle of 3 people. Finds a dunk in the middle. Survives. Has baited them all. TheShy lives so damn long. And JDG, the evacuation route is due north as IG send them all down.
I told you it was going to be explosive. JD Gaming, even with the 4v5, are not willing to back down. They think they have the superior trade that's happening right there. But TheShy, like you were talking about, that World Enders gives him so much extra sustain. He's able to drag the entire team to his side of the map and nail that down.
2-for-1 special. IG looked to push the mid lane. Top lane turret, though, was solo taken by Zoom. So while IG get the better trade, the Gangplank now 1k ahead with Trinity Force is a big issue that is moving into this mid game.
It just feels so bad because Zoom has been losing in lane horribly. He's getting by on assists.
Horribly.
He's getting 5 assists for this one.
True.
So just keeping ahead in the gold lead. I actually like this play from JD Gaming. I felt that they were a little bit slow with the Cataclysm to really lock the Sejuani down, but everything else from it was pretty fine. And this move right here, wow, that was insane. The damage timing was on point. TheShy and JakeyLove perfectly synchronized. 2 ultimates going down at the same time, and they pick up the initial kill.
So, reasonable fight here for IG, but remember, JDG is still taking so much. They have the gold lead, they've got the advantage still in this game. So while IG might find something in that fight, it will not be enough to stop this aggression, stop the development. That is the late game coming through from JDG.
Yeah, these teams at this point are still neck and neck into this game. And I think the difference really here is how fast can IG send all of their pieces into JD Gaming. We've seen...
Yeah, that's World Ender pop. That's because TheShy couldn't get the barrel in time. Zoom feeling pretty good about this. Dodges away from the second Q and Infernal Chains. Now Zoom has the ulti available and flash. TheShy has to be careful.
We just saw in that fight they were showing the gold leads, and Zoom came out 1K ahead despite, TheShy doing out the outplays on the bottom side. It was the tower, it was the extra minions, and the extra assists. So Zoom's effectively been reversing this matchup off of cross-map play.
Because remember, he's never fallen behind more than 15 CS in the matchup itself. He's always stayed within distance. And right now, able to catch up, able to push back TheShy. That's what I was talking about with the Trinity Force gangplank versus the no item just yet on TheShy. However, he's back in base. Still doesn't have a first item. He went for the Executioner's Calling instead.
And we're seeing JD Gaming, after taking away the side lanes, they're willing to start the push right now. They have a Karma that can play for the poke, and Gameplank helps you with that as well. So they're going to be starting up sieges here, and it's going to come down to IG to kind of repel that. They have good initiation tools. The Irelia can come in from the side, and if they get a quick reset, that will snowball into more stuns coming in.
We've got double Trinity Force as well, Clement, so I'm going to look through item spikes here because for IG, it doesn't feel like they have the core of what they're going to be aiming for. Waiting for TheShy still, looking towards the second item here for Leyan. While for JDG, Black Cleaver completed. We have the Ludens already there in the aggressive Karma build. And the Gwinsus finished, of course, for him.
Yeah, very strong power spikes for JD Gaming. They're looking to press this. And this is something that I think a lot of lesser teams should learn from JD Gaming. When they have a lead, they drive it straight home. They go into the jungle immediately. They don't have these long blocks of, I don't know what I'm doing in the games. Yeah. Especially for top esports. I think they could learn a lot from JD Gaming, the way they maneuver when they have a lead.
I mean, that's a discussion with, depending on who goes forward here, you could kind of have with them, Clement, but that's very fair. Imp going to be sitting in the mid lane now, though, with trusty Lumao, who actually hasn't been moving all that much here in this game. By the way, he is building a Zhonya's Hourglass, so that Jarvan is going all the way. Let's call it the Fiddlesticks build at this point, but more or less the same thing.
Yeah, he's been doing great in the lane against Baolan. We see him throwing up the Damashian standard every time it's off cooldown, getting chunks onto Baolan over and over again. I don't think it's actually done that much in terms of securing kills into the bottom side, but in terms of the laning phase, they've got a very good deal out of it.
Because remember, for Lumao, it gives that attack speed over to him.
Yes.
So, actually, over to Kanavi as well. And in that merit, I'd also say to the GP.
At max level, it's 50% attack speed. It's one of the most underrated buffs to the entire team that I've seen in the game.
Wow.
I'm actually surprised that thing was never nerfed.
That's true. Hello. Oh. Kanavi not going to be walking blindsided into Rookie. IG get deep vision in that top red side, and with that, they're able to push mid. Imp and Lumao sitting here, but look how squishy this Jarvan is. He needs to disappear, or at least he needs to be healed up and try and find something on IG.
Yeah, really needs a Zanya to come in sooner rather than later. We do see a good Guardians proc right there, canceling out some of the crowd control. And what JD Gaming really want to do at this point, since they have a superior top lane wave, is they really want to find a chance to just poke down IG. They should be lacking in defenders. TheShy's obviously not in this position. However, IG's not walking too far forward. They're not taking the bait. And JD Gaming, they haven't done enough with Yagao's poke.
Yeah, Zoom showed himself as well, so they know they can push up the wave with the GP. Now shown again on the bottom side, so IG can push out that little bit extra as well. Zoom has ulti available to be noted as Baolan actually might be caught here. Going to be locked down. The Dragon Flag is the thank you they needed, but Lumao gets destroyed again. Him ults into the side, and Baolan lives. The Gangplank ult misused at this point. Rookie TP's in, and that was just too early, too fast.
I gotta say, that was going a little bit too far for Lumao, and I love how Baolan actually held onto his flash. He basically goaded JD Gaming into that one, and was able to escape with no issues. I just feel like JD Gaming, sometimes we see this a lot from them, is they try to reach a bit too far.
Yep, that's why, we call them the mosh pit, because they go in, but sometimes they don't know their limits. And IG know that Lumao will be back up and available, but he has to walk there, so that Mountain Dragon is a very real threat.
Yep, and then should be going over to TheShy and crew right here. JD Gaming do have an extra buy over this one, but the positioning really favors IG. I think it's probably just better to take the tower here uncontested.
Well, they should be able to find it. Mountain's going to go down. It's going to be followed up by, looks to be a double Mountain on the cards here for IG. As you mentioned, JDG will look to push this down, but Rookie's there with the Fang Guy's edge. It doesn't connect. Looks for the falls to it. Only finds Super. Rookie does what Lumao did moments ago. Cataclysm finally comes down, but Imp getting burned out. JakeyLove looking for the 1v1, and he finds that IG will turn this back around as TheShy into World Ender flips over the wall, flips into Kanavi. Leyan follows, and now the motivation is there. JDG are sent packing, and IG now have their eyes set on the Baron.
I can't believe IG actually went for that one. There was no Sejuani ultimate when they started that fight, and Rookie missed everything.
Okay, Yagao needs to get the poke out there in front of the Baron. He might have done it. Zoom here with barrels as well. Confronts JakeyLove. The Ezreal, though, is going forward. There is no other way. Eaten up by Baolan. IG. Low health bars, they're going to disappear off this Baron.
Good defense, good defense. JD Gaming with 3-man still hold on to the Baron pit, and the poke damage right there was just too much for IG to handle. However, it was a great starting play from them. I'm so damn surprised that worked. They really did manage to section off JD Gaming with their 2 carries on the bottom left and allow TheShy to just be unperturbed into this one. Lumao has to use his Cataclysm just to make sure his backline stays alive, and JakeyLove is able to hunt down Imp on the back end. Wow, double knockup from TheShy. Sometimes IG, when they force things, it just works. Don't ask me why.
Yep. He flashes off of Yagao, Kanavi. Zoom doesn't have his. Imp doesn't have his. In fact, why did I even go through the names? Everyone from JDG, flashless at the moment. Rookie, the only one on Summoner's Rift who has his. But for IG, that was the fight that pushes gold the slightest bit in their favor. And now we'll see how far they can push it with side lanes active.
It really reminds you of that MSI performance where they had the historical best 9-1 in the group stages. This is how they won most of their games. They fell behind early, but got a team fight that the Chinese community says is unscientific to win it back.
Happy games. Lumao going to be spotted out here. There goes in for the engage. Kanavi on the side, but Lumao gets locked down once again. Shredded easily while IG take a big barrel. TheShy comes in with World Ender. Zoom is not in this fight. He sent down the barrage, but the gangplank needs to get ready.
Yeah, we have to remember again, this is JD Gaming actually starting the fight on this one. They did have an ambush for Baolan, but couldn't finish the fight correctly. Again, I love what Rookie is doing in these fights. He's playing a sectioning off role. Olaf was isolated, and they have a great shot at the Baron.
But here we go again. IG's health bars are low.
No,
once again, the barrel set up, but you're right. It goes in off the side. TheShy finds him, but they turn it right back around. Gangplank gets one while Zoom gets targeted. Yagao as well. They jump fast. And there goes 2 members of JDG once again. Big death timers, but IG is still low.
Very smart turn from IG. They knew that JD Gaming was out of position. They cut their composition into 2, get 2 kills.
Imp has ult, Imp has ult, Infusion's ult, but eaten up. JakeyLove survives. True shot rush to get the ult, but Lumao, he's a support
Can he do it?
Can he do it? No, he's gonna get targeted. You know he's dead. And somehow, some way, IG win the fight multiple times and get the Baron on no HP.
That was messy onto the knife edge, and you can see Rookie, he's laughing to himself. He's got that big smile on his face. He knew he dodged a bullet with that one.
Yeah. To a nice edge, is to be lightly said here. 11-2-5 after all the shenanigans as JakeyLove, and we're going all the way back here when things were simple.
Yeah, this is JD Gaming started the fight again, but watch what Rookie does here. He sections off the damage dealers on the back line from JD Gaming, and they can't follow up. Kanavi is basically left on his own here, and after, I thought this one was going to go to IG. I thought TheShy had this one, but they do pick up the kill. They're out of position. IG recognize that they have a turn potential, and then they pick up the Baron afterwards.
Baolan so low alongside Rookie. We don't get to see the Imp ult, but that was close as well. IG 6,000 gold ahead here in Game 3. Pushing with the Baron while Yagao looks for the fight. We're not stopping the scrap here as the Vanguard's edge hits 3 people in the back line. Lumao goes in with the late Cataclysm, but Rookie's resetting. He's jumping and leaping. Ezreal and Leyan jump in as well. And IG love the scrap fest. They take it all.
So much taking it, so many resets coming in. IG with the Baron buff. They never do overtime. That's their motto. They're going to close it down now.
Someone needs to praise this Tom Kench because Baolan is 0-2 and 20 after this game. The bottom lane has taken over. The mid lane rose up to the occasion, and TheShy is building off his last game. Invictus Gaming take us to a match point after recovering, and Invictus Gaming played one hell of a scrappy game.
Once again, JD Gaming looked like they were going to dominate the early game. They got a 4-for-1 trade in the bottom early. There was a 4-0 for Yagao Karma, and we thought that was all done. We thought that this game was going to go to JD Gaming in a smooth fashion, but then they pull it back. IG outplay JD Gaming's advances in 2 times around the mid lane where JD Gaming were looking to get the poke down, looking to get the hurt down. It's Rookie who outplays the situation. He cuts open the JD Gaming offense, and then they do defeat in detail. Look at that rise to the win. That is such a steep climb from basically nothing.
A 27-minute game with, let me just have a quick look, 36 kills. That is the LPL, folks. Welcome, but also IG and JDG when IG have been averaging 15 kills and 15 deaths a game, when JDG have been averaging 14 kills and 14 deaths a game. You put 2 and 2 together and you get that.
And it's just a Venn diagram of chaos, of blood and limbs all across the screen. I absolutely love this style. To me, this series has been JD Gaming coming out with the better game plans overall.
I agree. Yeah.
I think their early game setups have been superior to what IG has been doing.
I agree.
But IG, there's one strength you can't take away from them, and that's the fact that they just have the better players.
Okay. Taking the glasses off, I thought it was going to be
realize
super
they're a
serious.
bit tilted, so
Oh, okay,
nothing
that's
wrong.
fair. Hey, look, for JDG, you know, you're right. The start of the early game looked good, and it looked like a game 1 rinse and repeat. But then we got to that point where it was like, okay, IG are matching. They're going to continue, and you said it best in that game. IG will always go down with the ship. IG will always keep committing to a play until it works.
Yeah, I think JD Gaming kind of got stalled out in the mid game where they weren't really sure how to get an advantage,
Sure.
and they just wanted to force the initiations.
Very true.
However, the Jarvan, when he did so, instantly died. They couldn't get a clean enough of initiation from that one, and I doubt we're going to see the Jarvan once more coming into the draft.
Jarvan's support was something.
It was something.
It was something, but to be fair, I mean, Lumao never got the chance to roam. Lumao never actually roamed. His style as he moves to other lanes and impacts the map for JDG, gives more comfortability to the solo lanes. With the Jarvan support in that lane, what do you get? Well, he could have roamed, but he had to stay there with him. And a couple of failed engages means that Kai'Sa stays at 4-1, doesn't accelerate, and doesn't become the hyper-powered hyper carry.
This is probably the first Edward Tom Kench that we've seen work in the LPL offseason so far, the postseason so far, excuse me. And I think we're seeing the strength of it somewhat as well, the ability to just kind of play back and pick up kills here and there, be very, very safe as a back line. We're seeing Baolan finally come into form and play something that he's much more comfortable on, I would say. A lot of times we've been seeing Baolan kind of force into initiation for the team with younger players on board and Leyan. And honestly, this is what Baolan does best. Baolan is much stronger as a Tom Kench support, as kind of that backline protection support coming in for IG.
Okay, Clement, match point here for IG. We'll see if they can do it. We're going to go to a short break, then return, see if IG can cement their legacy and move on to top esports.